Welcome to Space Fact Fusion. Today, we're diving into some speculative and factual possibilities about the bad things that could happen in 2025. Now, before you hit the panic button, remember this. The future isn't written in stone. It's a choose-your-own-adventure story, where we, collectively, are the authors. While these predictions are based on current trends, there's still time for humanity to change course. Think of this as a cosmic wake-up call, a nudge to think about the challenges on the horizon and, more importantly, how we can collectively overcome them. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or rather, the elephant on the heating-up planet, climate change. It's an issue that has been looming over us for decades, but now, more than ever, it demands our immediate attention. We've all seen the headlines, the alarming reports about melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events. These are not just isolated incidents, but part of a larger, more troubling pattern. But what does this mean for 2025? How will our world look and feel as we move further into this decade? What we're talking about here are not just hotter summers, but a potential surge in the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. This means more than just discomfort. It means danger and disruption on a massive scale. Imagine hurricanes, supercharged by warmer ocean waters, slamming into coastal cities with unprecedented force. The damage could be catastrophic, affecting millions of lives. Picture wildfires, fueled by drought and tinder-dry vegetation, raging across continents. These fires don't just destroy homes and forests, they also release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, further exacerbating the problem. Envision massive floods, displacing millions and crippling infrastructure. Floodwaters can sweep away entire communities, leaving behind a trail of devastation. These aren't scenes from a dystopian sci-fi movie. They are very real possibilities if we continue on our current trajectory. The science is clear, and the warnings are dire. Coastal cities, home to a significant portion of the global population, face an existential threat from rising sea levels. The encroaching waters could render these areas uninhabitable. We're talking about places like Miami, Shanghai, Mumbai, cities that could become uninhabitable within our lifetimes. The economic and social impacts would be profound, and as the seas rise, millions will be displaced, leading to mass migrations and potential conflicts over dwindling resources. This could strain international relations and lead to new geopolitical tensions. But the impact of climate change goes far beyond our coastlines. It reaches into the heart of our continents, affecting every aspect of life. It threatens the very foundation of our global food security. Our ability to grow enough food to feed the world's population is at risk. Changing weather patterns, with their unpredictable swings between droughts and floods, could disrupt agricultural yields on a massive scale. Farmers may find it increasingly difficult to predict and plan for their crops. Imagine bread baskets turning into dust bowls, fertile lands becoming barren wastelands. This would lead to a dramatic decrease in food production. This isn't just about food shortages. It's about social unrest, political instability, and mass displacement on a scale we haven't seen before. The ripple effects of climate change could touch every corner of the globe, affecting every aspect of our lives. Now let's shift gears from the natural world to the digital realm, where the rapid pace of technological advancement presents its own set of challenges. The landscape of 2025 is a complex web of innovation and uncertainty, where every new breakthrough brings with it a host of new questions and dilemmas. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is often hailed as the next great frontier, promising to revolutionize everything from healthcare to transportation. Imagine a world where AI can diagnose diseases with pinpoint accuracy, or where self-driving cars make traffic accidents a thing of the past. But what happens when AI surpasses human control? When algorithms start making decisions that impact our lives in ways we didn't anticipate? The potential for AI to operate beyond our understanding raises ethical and practical concerns that we are only beginning to grapple with. It's a question that keeps ethicists and technologists up at night. They ponder the implications of machines that can think and act independently, and the moral responsibilities that come with creating such entities. Then there's the issue of job displacement. As AI and automation become more sophisticated, they threaten to replace human workers in various sectors, from manufacturing to customer service. The rise of automated systems could lead to a future where human labor is no longer needed in many traditional roles. As AI and automation become more sophisticated, they threaten to replace human workers in various sectors, from manufacturing to customer service. This shift could lead to a significant transformation in the job market, requiring workers to adapt to new roles and industries. This could lead to widespread unemployment, exacerbating social inequalities and potentially fueling social unrest. The societal impact of such a shift could be profound, affecting everything from economic stability to social cohesion. And let's not forget about the ever-present threat of cyber warfare. In an age where data is the new currency, the stakes have never been higher. Cyber attacks can target individuals, corporations, and even nations, causing widespread disruption and damage. In an increasingly interconnected world, our critical infrastructure, power grids, communication networks, financial systems becomes vulnerable to large-scale hacking attacks. The potential for a single cyber attack to cause cascading failures across multiple systems is a real and present danger. Imagine a coordinated cyber attack plunging entire cities into darkness, disrupting communication systems, or crippling financial markets. The consequences of such an event would be far-reaching, affecting millions of lives and potentially destabilizing entire regions. It's not a matter of if, but when such an attack will occur, and the consequences could be devastating. Preparing for these eventualities requires a concerted effort from governments, corporations, and individuals alike. And what about the final frontier, space? As we push the boundaries of exploration, we also encounter new challenges and risks. The dream of space travel is accompanied by the reality of space debris and the potential hazards it poses. It's not just about exploration and scientific discovery anymore. The increasing number of satellites launched into orbit has created a new problem: space junk. This debris can pose significant risks to both manned and unmanned missions. The increasing number of satellites launched into orbit has created a new problem: space junk. Imagine a catastrophic chain reaction, a cascade of collisions turning low Earth orbit into a minefield of debris, crippling our communication systems and jeopardizing future space missions. Imagine a catastrophic chain reaction, a cascade of collisions turning low Earth orbit into a minefield of debris, crippling our communication systems and jeopardizing future space missions. The stakes are high, and the need for sustainable space practices has never been more urgent. From the digital realm, we turn our attention to the global geopolitical landscape, where tensions are simmering in several hotspots. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the simmering tensions in the South China Sea, the volatile situation in the Middle East, these are just a few flashpoints that could easily escalate into wider conflicts. The world is a powder keg, and the fuse is burning. Adding fuel to the fire is the growing competition for scarce resources. Water, the lifeblood of our planet, is becoming increasingly scarce in many regions, leading to potential conflicts over access to this vital resource. And then there's the race for rare earth metals, essential components in everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. As demand outstrips supply, we could see nations vying for control of these strategic resources, further escalating geopolitical tensions. And let's not forget about the looming threat of a global recession. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the fragility of our interconnected global economy, and the aftershocks are still being felt. Rising inflation, supply chain disruptions, and increasing national debts have created a perfect storm that could plunge the world into another economic crisis. While we grapple with geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainties, a more insidious threat lurks in the shadows: the invisible enemy of infectious diseases. The COVID-19 pandemic served as a stark reminder of our vulnerability to emerging diseases. But what if the next pandemic is even more deadly, more transmissible, more resistant to our current arsenal of vaccines and treatments? The World Health Organization has already issued warnings about the rise of drug-resistant superbugs, infections that are becoming increasingly difficult, if not impossible, to treat with existing antibiotics. Imagine a world where a simple cut or a common cold could turn deadly, where hospitals are overwhelmed with patients battling untreatable infections. It's a chilling thought, but a very real possibility if we don't address the issue of antimicrobial resistance with the urgency it deserves. And it's not just about physical health. The mental health of our global population is also a growing concern. The COVID-19 pandemic, with its lockdowns, social isolation, and economic anxieties, has taken a toll on our collective mental well-being. Rates of anxiety, depression, and suicide have skyrocketed, and the long-term consequences of this mental health crisis are yet to be fully understood. Finally, let's lift our gaze beyond our planet to the vast expanse of space where unseen dangers lurk in the cosmic darkness waiting to be discovered. We're talking about near-Earth objects, asteroids, and comets that could potentially collide with our planet, causing widespread devastation. These celestial bodies, though fascinating, pose a significant threat. While scientists are constantly monitoring the skies for such threats, using advanced technology and telescopes, there's always the possibility that a rogue object could slip through the net, undetected until it's too late. Imagine an asteroid, undetected until it's too late, hurtling towards Earth, its impact threatening to trigger earthquakes, tsunamis, and a global dust cloud that could block out the sun, plunging our world into darkness. It's a scenario straight out of a disaster movie, but it's a risk we can't afford to ignore. Preparedness and vigilance are our best defenses. And then there's the sun, our very own star, which can be both a life-giver and a potential disruptor. Solar flares, massive eruptions of energy from the sun's surface, can unleash electromagnetic pulses that could cripple our power grids, disrupt communication systems, and send satellites tumbling back to Earth, causing widespread chaos. While we've been fortunate so far, a major solar storm could have catastrophic consequences for our technologically dependent civilization, affecting everything from navigation to daily communication. And as private companies race to commercialize space, the risk of mishaps and accidents increases. The stakes are higher than ever. Imagine a failed rocket launch, scattering debris across a populated area, endangering lives and property, or a collision between private spacecraft, creating a new cloud of space junk that could threaten other satellites and even the International Space Station, putting astronauts at risk and jeopardizing critical missions. While these predictions may seem daunting, it's important to remember that we have the power to change our future. By working together and investing in sustainable and ethical solutions, we can mitigate these risks. We can transition to cleaner energy sources, develop more robust cybersecurity measures, strengthen global cooperation, invest in pandemic preparedness, and continue to explore space responsibly. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It's something we create through our actions and choices. Let's choose wisely, let's choose boldly, and let's choose to create a future where humanity thrives, not just survives. Thanks for watching Space Fact Fusion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating insights into our universe.